Shalom, this is Yehudit Goldfarb Spot. I want to share with you the movements I'm doing for the 7th of Tevet. It's the 4th day of my count of 100 days until Purim, starting the day after Hanukkah. It's a 100-day count of what I'm calling Sarah's Meditation Square. It's a square that has 10 boxes on the top row and 10 boxes vertically, and all the space in between, starting with 1 up at the upper left, 100 down at the lower right, and in between, variety of orders of numbers, all of which on one line, whether it's horizontal, vertical, or diagonal, add up to 505 in the gamatria. And when you add all the numbers, the Hebrew letters as numbers. And 505 is the gamatria of Sarah, so that's why it's called the Sarah Meditation Square. So I'm going to do it in movement for 100 days, showing you each day and taking each number in the Hebrew letter forms through the 10 Sefirot from Keter to Malkhut. And with an open question of what is this all about? What kind of a learning can it be to study these 22 ways of coming up with a name Sarah? Who was Sarah? What is Sarah? What does it mean to us? And how we can mark this time all the way through the winter season this year. It's not quite winter yet in terms of the secular calendar, and Purim will be already into the spring because of a leap year, both in the Hebrew and the secular calendar this year. We're already into the winter in the Jewish calendar because we're into Tevet, so we're in the 7th day of Tevet, the 4th day of the count of 100, and the 5th day of the count that I'm doing alongside that between the last day of Hanukkah, Zot Hanukkah, until Tu B'Shvat. That's a 42-day count that we're doing with the words of Ana Bakoa. So with that in mind, that's our challenge right now, and the Sefirot that go with these, because I've made it my counting system to understand the natural order of each of the squares of the magic square of Sarah. As a meditation square, I've made Keter the top horizontal row and the nikudot of the Kamatz, and the vertical row on the left as Kamatz, and then I've gone down the 10 Sefirot and the nikudot, going across and going down, and so that combination I've added to the one that's the published one, the normal one, in terms of the numbers for the day. So let's go get into the movements. So the number for today in Arabic would be a 97. And the Hebrew letters, that's a Zadi and a Zion. So those are the letters we're doing today. From the side, the Zadi looks like this. You lift the heel off as the arm goes forward, and then turning forward to the front, my right hand now, so I lift my right knee up, bends, and then I make a Zadi. When I'm on the right, my right heel up, my right hand forward, turning, and my left hand bends. Zadi. So one of the patterns you find in this magic meditation square is all of the first line of Keter, the horizontal line of Keter, has either the some of the numbers from 1 to 10 in it, and numbers in the 90s. That's how they combine it to make 505. So they're one or the other. So the first two are the Aleph and Bet for 1 and 2. Then it moves into 98, and then it heads down in the number system as if 100 were at the top left. It starts declining, 98, 97, 96. So some of, and then it fills in with the hay. I'll try to get a copy of Abraham Lowenthal's rendering of this magic meditation, magic square, or meditation square of Sarah, where he's put the Hebrew letters in the correct places, because the book with Aryeh Kaplan has one error in it. There's reversed two of the squares. So then the second letter for the number 97, 90 is the Zadi in Hebrew, and the 7 is Zion. This is the Zion. I'm alternating my feet, like the right heel comes off, then I put my head down on the right side. I'm alternating left heel up, right heel, left heel, right heel, left heel, right, left, right, left, and down. So those are the two letters, combining them to make 97. And we're going to start combining that with the sounds for the nikudot. So I'm going to start with Keter, starting on my left heel coming up. And the sound of the Kamatz, which is ah. Sa. Za. And the patak, starting on the right. Sa. Za. And the left Yuna with the Tzare. Zay. Zay. Hesed, Sagol. Zeth. Zeh. Gevura, the Shva. Sa. Say. And then the Cholam. Do this on the right. And so. So. The Harik staying on the right with the Netzach. See. See. Try that again. See. Z. And hold on the left with the roots. Two. Two. Sewed on the right with the shuruk. Su. Zoo. And then on the left, Malkhut. Being raised. And translating this spot in the square, this is the fourth square, the fourth day of the count, and that's in the column, the horizontal row or house it's called, of Keter, and then the room, which is the vertical columns are the rooms. The fourth one we've done Keter, Hakmodina, so we're in Hesed now. So it's Keter with Hesed. So the combination, I start with the house and then I do the room. So it's going to be stepping to the side for the nikudot. And then I'm going to do a Kamatz combined with a Segol. 5 times. Ah. Eh. Ah. Eh. Neshamah, these are 5 levels of soul. Ah. Eh. Ruach, Neshamah. And the Nefesh, physical. So Yechidah, Chayah, Neshamah, Ruach, and Nefesh. 5 levels of which I'm bringing in and praying for healing on wholeness and harmony between all these different levels of my soul. Within the context of Keter, of the beyond words isness, right now, isness of my life, and the Hesed, the openness, loving kindness aspect of that. So blessings on that level, and then the honor b'koach, the 42 days. We're on the 5th day. Started 1 day ahead of the other count. So the 5th word is Tetir, and I think it's unknot, like unknot the tangles. So that it's a tav, 2 tavs. Tav. Here with a yud. I'll do it facing this way. And a resh. I want to do it 4 times. I'm going to do it, that was a demonstration. I'm going to do it with focus on the 4 worlds. Again, bringing the energy down to this world, the higher energy, the higher lights, trying to create a vessel for the higher lights to come in, and myself to be my fullest self possible and who I'm meant to be. So let's start in the world of Asilut. Tetir. Doing the centered yud and the centered resh, and 1 tav to each side. So Asilut for Bria, mental word, intellectual world. Yetzirah, world of Asiya. Tav Yud Resh. And I've been doing the review of the initial letters. Each of the words in each line were in the line of Hesed. It's partly demonstrated above. I'm doing the color systems again according to the rainbow, the purples, partly for that, and also the Hod. I'm wearing my necklace of the Kohen blessings because Aaron, the high priest, associated with Hod, and the necklace also for Hesed, the whole top row is Hesed, is the shield of Abraham, symbolic of the archetype associated with Hesed. So this is the word, the fifth word of the first line of Ana B'Koach is associated with Hod, Sheba Hesed. And I'll show you in the Sefirot, actually, 3 times like we do for the Ana B'Koach when we do it in the counting of the Omer. Let's do that. And there it's doing Hod Sheba Chesed. So I do the Hod is the kibbutz, Sheba Chesed, Segol. Ooh. Ooh. Face of refinement, yielding of splendor within the realm of loving kindness and openness. That's it. And then a review of the letters so far in the Ana B'Koach, the initial letters. The Aleph, the Bet, the Gimel, the Yud, and now the Tav. So, I would like Hashem to bless all of us, again, as I often do, with becoming fully who we are supposed to be in this world and manifesting in the most beautiful possible way our divine sparks as we open ourselves with loving kindness to who we are and who each person is in the world that we meet, and to, in our attempt to understand and be open to the situation as it exists that we've been given for this moment in time. May Hashem bless us.